Hi guys, welcome back to The Dog That Saved Me. Today we are going to be working on focus training with Remus. So focus training starts with desensitization. So if you haven't desensitized your dog to these sounds, you probably want to do that first. And what you'll do is you'll find recordings of the sounds that you want to get them used to. For example, dogs barking doorbells, fire trucks, garbage trucks, fireworks. Get them used to hearing those sounds. Start at a very soft volume and slowly work your way up until they're not reacting to it. I mean, they might look in the direction of the sound or be curious, but barking, searching around for it, other reactions similar to that are saying that they're not ready to go on to the next one. So the first one that we're going to do is the fire truck. That's the one I have pulled up, ready to go. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put Remus in a sit next to me. And then I'm going to play the sound and we're going to work on me telling him the command, look at me. You can also use the command focus depending on which one you would rather do. It's completely up to you, but the biggest thing is consistency on what words you're using for your training. So let's get started. The treats I'm using today are high value. They are little bitty pieces of hot dog and mozzarella cheese. They are in the same bag, so the cheese kind of takes on that hot dog flavor. He absolutely loves these treats. It's a really inexpensive way to give your dogs high value treats. If your dog doesn't like these or you don't want to feed them the hot dog, you can also do boiled and shredded chicken as well. So I'm going to start with just a few treats in my hand. Ooh, that hot dog smell is strong. Remus, sit. Good. Look at me. Good. Look at me. Good. And you just want to keep repeating this several times before you change the sound. Look at me. Good. Look at me. Good. Look at me. Good. All right, so that was the fire trucks. You notice he did look toward the sound some, but I was able to regain his attention, and that's when you know that they're ready. They're not super reactive to the sound. He's more focused about me and more worried about me and what I've got going on than the sounds going on. So we're going to move on to the next sound. Remus, sit. Sit. Good. Look at me. Good. Look at me. Good. All right, so this next one is going to be sounds of dogs barking. And we're going to work on this one for a little while, and then we'll move on to the next sound. Remus, look at me. Look at me. Remus, come. Sit. Look at me. Good. As you guys can see, this one's a little bit more difficult for him. Look at me. Remus, look at me. Good. He's searching for it. That's what he's doing right now. He's searching for the sound. Remus, come. Good. Every time he keeps his focus on me, he gets rewarded. Look at me. Remus, look at me. Remus, come. Look at me. Good. If your dog is really struggling, you might turn the volume down some. So I do notice he is struggling a little bit. So we turn the volume down a few notches. start all over again. Remus, look at me. With the volume down, it seems like he's able to keep his focus a little bit easier. Remus, look at me. Good. And you'll repeat this as long as you need to. Look at me. For about 5 or 10 minute sessions at a time. As you can see, the longer the sounds are going on, the easier it is for him to gain that focus. Look at me. And he's getting more and more past being focused on the sounds of the other dogs. Remus, come. Good. That time I didn't even have to give him the command. I just told him to come, and he was already looking at me and sitting. And you want to make sure they're doing exactly what you want them to before you give them that treat. Look at me. Look at me. Good. Good. Look at me. Good. As your training goes on, they'll get less and less focused on the sounds of the other dogs or whatever it is that they are being desensitized to and gaining focus on, and they'll have more and more focus on you. Remus, Remus, come. All right, so now we're going to pause it and gain his attention back on you. Remus, look at me. Good. Look at me. And it's always good to get this command down before you start bringing all these distractions in, and do the command when it's not a distracting area and not a distracting situation, and then work on desensitization and not give any commands. And this is the first time we're merging the two together. Remus, come. He sees an image of the dog on the TV, so he's looking at it. Sit. Good. Good boy. So I'm about to change it to the next one, which will be Thunder. Remus, come. Come. Remus, come. Good. Good boy. And again, I'm going to turn the volume down because it's very loud. Remus, sit. Look at me. Good. Thunder really isn't a big issue for him. Look at me. But it's still good to practice with other sounds in the background. And the next one we'll probably do is fireworks. Look at me. Especially since summer's coming up and 4th of July will be coming soon. I really don't want his first 4th of July to be terrifying with our neighbors and us shooting off fireworks. Remus. Remus. Look at me. Good. He didn't turn his body, but he did look at me. And I'm going to try and get him to turn his body and look at me too. Remus, look at me. Good. Good boy. Remus, look at me. Good. And that's how you start the training process of getting them used to focusing on you in distracting situations. Once they get to where these sounds aren't distracting to them anymore, you can start going out in public and working on those. It's easier to get them used to the sounds in a place that they're comfortable with and an environment that they're comfortable with before you start bringing them out in public. Remus has been out in public a few times, but not very many. And I wasn't focused on training him to focus. So the next thing we're really going to focus on is focus training. I know that's a lot of focuses all in once. Anyways, that's all I've got for you guys today. If there's any other training videos that you want me to cover with you guys, comment down below. Go ahead and hit like and subscribe. I love you guys. I'll see you next time. Remus, Remus, Remus.